all we're really doing is just basic math, adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying, but it's about getting the right information and plugging the information into areas that make sense.
Can we talk a little bit about the math behind the overview of what makes something a good asset? And we're going to get into what an asset manager is, but let's talk about the bones, because I think it is simple math, but I guess, is it always simple math, or is there something that you've seen along the way where it's a little bit more than simple math? But why don't you kind of give us a little foundation and build on how things can get more complex?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just real quickly, as we were talking, I think when you're saying like terminology is important, and someone might be thinking, oh, well, he was in that role for, however long a day, you can pick up terminology so quick just by listening to podcasts, watching videos, reading books. So don't think you have to be in that environment to learn it. It's just put in your hours, listen, and you'll pick stuff up. So don't stress about that. In terms of math, honestly, in my opinion, I think people
complicate.
Yeah, overcomplicate the whole process. Honestly, it's really, did you buy the building cheap enough or not? And what happened in the future? People want to talk about, IRR is going to be the most difficult formula you do, but it's a really easy formula in Excel once you know how to set it up. And there's I'm not going to talk about it because there's 1,000 resources to find it online. You can just go, how do I calculate IRR? You can go figure it out. But it's basically the same thing as an annualized return, which is your total amount of profit divided by your equity divided by the number of years. It's just a little bit more sophisticated when it comes to how long it takes to hit your returns. But go look it up. You can learn it pretty quickly. It's, again, just like cap rate. It's not as intimidating as it sounds. But honestly, all we're really doing is just basic math, adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying. But it's about getting the right information and plugging the information into areas that make sense. So it's, do you have the right number budgeted for, roof replacements? Do you have the right number budgeted for all your expense items? Do you have the right numbers budgeted for where you can push rents to if you're planning on it? Do you have your occupancy right? And a lot of it is just, were you conservative enough, right? If you think you can get the occupancy to 95% and stay there for 5 years and you just hit the returns you're looking for, that's not as safe as the deal you underwrite to 92% and you hit the returns you're looking for. Yeah. So again, it's more of a function of what are you willing to accept from a risk reward standpoint and how comfortable do you feel in that? Otherwise, the math is so basic.